Sawadee Cop, Monday, May 10th. Waste no words, waste not, want not. Waste no words on a man who dislikes you. Actions will impress him more. Or women. I think actions impress women more too. Yes. Some people think they can talk their way out of any situation, and for a time they may be right. But if someone already dislikes you, either because of a simple misunderstanding or an error in judgment on your part, how about an error in judgment on their part? Anyway, he or she will be especially difficult to persuade with words. Their emotions will always get in the way of their ability to think logically and reasonably. There you go. That happens a lot, as most of you know. I'm sure many of you have experienced talking with somebody and they're emotional and they're not thinking rationally or logically. That happens to me all the fucking time. Every day. Every goddamn day. Consistent actions over a sustained period of time, however, will usually persuade even the most devout skeptic. If you constantly demonstrate that you are a generous, kind, and caring person, it will be very hard for even your enemies to dislike you. In any case, you will become a better person for having made the effort. There you go. That last sentence is what I'm all about. Is that just like yesterday, same thing. He's talking about winning over your enemies, right? Yesterday he talked about to punish somebody who has done you an injustice, be kind, right? Today he's saying if you're a good person, if you're generous, kind, and caring towards your enemy, which, once again, I don't have enemies. Do I have people who don't like me? Yeah, but fuck them. They're not in my life, right? An enemy is somebody that you interact with, that you engage with. I don't engage with people who, like I said yesterday, do me dirty, do me wrong. Somebody fucks me over, as they'd say in Jersey. They're out of my life, period. So, day 2 in a row, I am going to say, when you're trying to be a good person, it's natural to want to try to do what he's talking about, right? Love everybody and be equally, loving it. And I'm here to tell you, as a 57-year-old get off my lawn guy, they don't deserve it. Those people that are your quote enemies or who want to be your enemies don't have a place in your life, period. I'm more sure of that today than I was yesterday. I mean, I can't say it emphatically enough. I'm speaking from experience, and I'm speaking from knowledge of people in general. Once again, especially in today's world, Napoleon is assuming everybody's good, and you and I, 90 years later, know that not everybody is good. Right? There's people I call broken machines. I use that term not a lot, but frequently here. And that just means somebody who knows the rules and chooses not to abide by them. And by that I mean criminals. All right, so rapists. They know the rules. If you want to have sex with a woman, you have a couple of drinks and ask her. If she says no, you walk away. Rapists don't take no for an answer. They're broken machines. They know the rules, and they ignore them. They feel that it doesn't apply to them. They're bad people. And once again, we're not talking about rapists as far as, enemies in the book or somebody who did you dirty. We're talking about, I call them scumbags, whatever, just dishonest people. People who are willing to take shortcuts to try to make money, consistently, And, I don't care how desperate you get financially, your true character shows out when you get desperate. So, my response once again in 2014 when I was desperate, $4,000 earnings in an entire year, I would say I was desperate, was to work harder. Get back into real estate because that was my niche. That's what I was comfortable with. That's what I was good at. And real estate had unlimited earnings opportunity. If I took a job for $10 an hour, I could only ever make $10 an hour no matter how good I am. And in real estate, if you're good, you can make a lot more than $10 an hour. That's why I went back into real estate. So hopefully that makes sense to you. But, today I'm not going to ramble on for however many minutes it was yesterday. I stand by my statement of yesterday, which is if somebody does you wrong, if somebody treats you unkindly, if somebody screws you over in a business deal, somebody, wholesaling a lot, there's guys who piggyback and they'll take a property that you got under contract and, did everything with the seller and advertised to get it. And, you did the work and they're trying to piggyback on it. There's a lot of that, unfortunately. Those people are scumbags and don't ever do business with them ever, 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 ever. They deserve just to die in a little cesspool that they created. They're going to drown in their own shit eventually. Just leave them alone. Don't try to befriend them. Don't try to encourage them. Don't try to prove to them what a good person you are. Ain't nobody got time for that. Just be a good person because A, that's who you are, and B, that's going to get you further like we've been talking about for almost a year now. The fact that the broken machines will be won over one day by your behavior, that's absolutely irrelevant and means absolutely zero, in my opinion. Not humble anymore. Not the second day in a row.